Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Frieda, Chair of the Mass Envirothon Steering Committee, and I would like to welcome you all to the 2021 Mass Envirothon Virtual Awards Ceremony. The Massachusetts Envirothon is one of the leading natural resource education programs for high school students in the Commonwealth, emphasizing hands-on, team-oriented problem solving and community involvement that prepares young people for environmental careers and active citizenship. Since 1988, the Massachusetts Envirothon has engaged young people in hands-on exploration of soil, water, wildlife, and forest resources, an investigation of the important environmental issues affecting themselves, their families, and their communities. Teams representing communities from Boston to the Berkshires prepare throughout the year, then come together in May at the annual Massachusetts Envirothon competition to demonstrate what they've learned about the environment and environmental issues. And then the pandemic hit and we all stayed home. No more tents, no more workshops, no more madcap horse loud enough to shake the trees. But Envirothon teams kept working and learning and having great ideas to make change in their communities. And we're here today to celebrate all of that effort.
Since we had to be 100% virtual, we launched a webinar series to help teams train from afar. 18 webinars happened between November and April, and teams were able to watch recordings if they could not attend the live stream. Topics ranged from municipal water and environmental justice to tree ID and aquatic insect identification. We're excited to have some or all of these available for future teams who aren't able to travel to in-person trainings. A huge thank you to all of the webinar presenters from so many partner organizations. And to get us all off our screens, Pam Landry of Mass Wildlife created a series of offline engagements that encourage teams to get outside safely and observe the world around them. As always, Massachusetts Envirothon encouraged teams to find ways to connect with each other, with their communities, and with the world around them. When it became evident that an in-person competition would not be possible this year, the steering committee and advisory members worked so hard to produce an innovative, challenging, and hopefully fun digital-based competition so that teams could still demonstrate their knowledge of local natural resources. I want to acknowledge our steering committee for this year and the hard work that they did. Everyone pitched in, but we'd like to especially acknowledge the station leaders who embraced a very different style of assessment and learned a lot along the way. A huge thanks to Kelly Frieda from DCR Water Supply Protection, Pam Landry from Mass Wildlife, and to our brand new station leaders in Forest and Soil, Felicia Hubeck and Maggie Payne, who dove into the deep end, the digital deep end. We'll try very hard to have real trees in a soil pit for you next year, we promise. The current issue competition transferred to Zoom fairly smoothly. In comparison, Will Snyder continued to provide leadership to the current issue portion of the Envirothon curriculum in his last official year with UMass Extension. This year's water-related topic drew ideas and resources from a wide range of expertise, including George Zotto at DEP, Kelly Frieda at DCR Water Supply, Wendell Cern from the Massachusetts Science Education Leadership Association, Dr. Britt Crow-Miller at the UMass Amherst Department of Environmental Conservation, and George Buckley of the Secretary's Advisory Group on Environmental Education. I want to give a huge shout out to Dominique Pavlan at the Massachusetts Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs, who helped teams make the most of online mapping resources in new ways, both for the Natural Resource Challenge and the current issue. We're truly grateful for Dominique and her team who made this possible. I also want to make sure to give a quick shout out to all our partner organizations who help guide Massachusetts Envirothon and provide critical staff time and expertise that enable the program to function on a much smaller budget. It looked a little different this year, but we're still pulling it off. And that budget is small, but it is still crucial. And we're so grateful to our financial sponsors who keep the lights on and materials flowing. We are sustained by grants from the Massachusetts Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs and the U.S. Forest Service. A big thank you to our corporate sponsors for their continued support, the Environmental Business Council of New England and Smithfield Foods Springfield plant. And of course, our many dedicated individual contributors. Your donations make a big difference. If you'd like to make a donation to Massachusetts Envirothon, please visit our website, massenvirothon.org, and look for the big blue donate button. We're always eternally grateful for that support. Next, I'd like to introduce a special guest from one of our long-term sponsor partners, the Massachusetts State Grange. Matthew Johnson is going to say a few words about their participation this year.
Thank you, Britta. Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Johnson, and I am a past president of the Massachusetts State Grange and currently the co-director of the Agriculture and the Environment Committee. In 2014, the Massachusetts State Grange launched the Grains Roots Initiative. As the name states, this was us going back to our roots in agriculture and education to develop a stronger identity for the Grange and its future. Within our structure, we looked for organizations that we could partner with that had the same principles as we did. In 2015, the Grange originally partnered with the Envirothon, making it one of our building blocks for the Grange Roots program with a $750 donation. I am so pleased to say that we continue to partner with the Envirothon, and we have increased our contribution to $6,500. The Massachusetts State Grange is proud to sponsor participation prizes for all team members who worked so hard this year to be part of the virtual Envirothon. The prizes include a commemorative t-shirt and water bottle, and a ticket to visit the New England Aquarium and Simon's Theater sometime in the next year. Each team will also receive a gift certificate to purchase training materials. The Grange will also be sponsoring the annual team scholarships for the 21-22 Envirothon year. Teams can apply for funding in August through Mass Envirothon. Congratulations to all the participants, and I'm looking forward to our continued partnership with the Envirothon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson and the Massachusetts State Grange. I'm going to turn it over back to Kelly now to talk about the Natural Resource Challenge.
This year's Natural Resource Challenge allowed teams to apply their knowledge of the 4 natural resource topic areas: soil, wildlife, water, and forest. Using questions provided for each topic area and integrating previous knowledge, material from webinars, understanding of the topic area learning objectives, topic manuals, and information from the suggested relevant resources, teams took on the role of an environmental consultant. Acting as the environmental consultant, each team reviewed a school building proposal on a currently forested woodlands and wetlands parcel owned by a town to identify environmental or human health issues and determine if this was the best placement for the school and its supporting services. Each team utilized GIS mapping and data layers designed for this challenge and answered questions such as site soils, the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act, carbon sequestration, drinking water regulations, and wildlife corridors to submit an up to 30-minute video presentation. I'm speaking off the script a little bit here, but the station leaders were extremely impressed with the knowledge that was shown by the teams and the ability to adapt the knowledge to a real-life planning scenario. Everybody did a job well done. And I am pleased to be able to announce the winners of the Natural Resource Challenge. Third place, we have Newton South. Second place, we have Lexington. In first place, we have the Groton School, who will get a $100 gift certificate and a set of field guides. And congratulations and thank you to all teams for submitting your ideas and taking on this challenge.
Okay, Will.
Hi, let's see. I'm going for my slideshow. Oops. You gonna let me share my screen?
It should be letting you.
Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay. So the current issue portion of the Envirothon program is where teams explore a significant environmental issue as it occurs in their own communities. And then they report their research and recommendations to a panel of judges. Moving the presentations online was fairly easy. What was most challenging in a pandemic year was the research, field trips to water-related community sites, interviews with busy public officials and key resource people, and not to mention the work of collaborating to create a video of their findings. Even so, we had 8 Envirothon teams that met this challenge and produced videos that demonstrated high quality team research and skills. So this is what it usually looks like. And these are the judges. Now you got to imagine, Zoom screens, little box, all these people, teams and coaches in little boxes, and you will know what we did this year. Each team recorded a 10-minute video. Here I have a couple screenshots from those videos. And these panels of 5 judges reviewed these videos. Then they engaged in 20 minutes of questions and discussion with each team. Teams were scored on the whole presentation, not just the video, but also the discussion that followed. And to make the competition as fair as possible in this new environment, we included a second round of judging with a single panel of judges reviewing and ranking the top 3 scoring presentations. In both rounds of judging, we've never seen such a narrow spread of scores. Each team, in their own way, did excellent work. You can see the all 8 teams' videos. If you go to the Envirothon webpage and click on the right side under latest news, see 2021 current issue videos. That's where you click and you'll see a list of all the teams. You can see their 10-minute presentations. You can't see the discussion with the judges. So what you have to remember is they were judged not just on the basis of their video, but also on the discussion. Still, you can get a sense of what the team's research was and what analytical skills and knowledge they brought to that conversation. The scores were very close, with the top 3 teams separated by less than 2 points in the first round. The 3 teams with the highest first round scores were Lexington High School, Acton-Boxborough Regional High School, and Groton School. The second round of judging was close again. These judges ranked the teams Groton School first, Lexington High School second, and Acton-Boxborough Regional High School third. So congratulations to Groton School for first place in the current issue, and to all teams for their excellent work.
George, will you introduce the commissioner to announce the overall winners, please?
Well, greetings from Cape Cod. This is George Soto. I'm a member of the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection and involved in this program for more years than I want to think about. On behalf of the Envirothon Steering Committee, I'm excited to present my boss, Commissioner of the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, Martin Subert. We are honored to have Marty present this year's first, second, and third place award winners. First place winner representing Massachusetts at the virtual 2021 NCF Envirothon this July, with teams competing from all 50 states. The Canadian provinces, and China. Marty, you'd be pleased to know that this year's current environmental issue was water management and climate change. An environmental issue that you know very well and one that has made the headlines these days. Marty?
Well, thank you very much, George. And I'm thrilled that I got an introduction from you. I will tell everybody here that George has not only been a colleague, but an institution at Mass DEP, and no single bigger advocate for the Envirothon anywhere in the Commonwealth. George is always promoting the Envirothon, talking about topics, enlisting people to participate, and he is a single source of renewable energy when we talk about the Envirothon. So thank you, George, for the introduction. And thank you, everybody. You know, congratulations to all of you for conducting this Envirothon, to the organizers, to the coaches, and above all to you, the participants, the students who are participating. I'm here on behalf of my boss, Secretary of Energy and Environment, Katie Theorides, and the Energy and Environment family. I know our secretary values the Envirothon very much. I believe she was an alumnus at one point, which, you know, a participant, and it goes to show, you know, the great talent that we get in these competitions. And on her behalf, I want to congratulate everybody for participating, and special recognition to the winners that I'm going to announce momentarily. You know, thank you for your great work. As George indicated, these topics couldn't be more timely. These are the things that we're working on now and going to need to be working on in the future. And you all did a terrific job. So with that, let me first announce the third place overall winner. And a winner of a $150 gift certificate is Newton South. Congratulations, Newton South. The second place overall winner and a winner of a $200 gift certificate is Lexington. Congratulations to Lexington. And then our first place overall winner, who, as you heard, will represent Massachusetts at the virtual National Envirothon competition in July, and also receive a $250 gift certificate, Groton School. Congratulations, Groton School, and congratulations everybody for participating in this wonderful program.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, for making that announcement with authority. We appreciate it. So the competition is not the only part of the Envirothon. I want to talk a little bit about our community awards. Because for the current issue, we found that many teams do really thorough and wide-ranging community research to prepare for their presentations. And sometimes they get so excited, they take that service, they take that research into a service or action project, partnering with community organizations. Although each team takes its own unique, interesting path in their investigations and their action projects, only one team wins with the highest point score. So Massachusetts Envirothon instituted the Community Awards as a way to recognize the hard work and variety of experience that teams do as they prepare for the current issue. These were, as you can imagine, water management and climate change appears very different in each Massachusetts community. Each team researched authentically what the issue looked like in their own community. And so the presentations and the research look really different. The community awards can be earned by any team that meets the requirements. They're optional, they're non-competitive. Teams who work to qualify for these awards say, they tell us that they have a better Envirothon experience overall. I'm going to try to share my screen again. So why do we do community awards? Because teams work hard and we want to recognize that. Here's an example of the Community Research Award, that the certificate that they get. Quabbin Regional High School here is one of the teams for this year. What happens is they don't only get the certificate, but they get a letter congratulating them sent to their principal, but we also send copies to their superintendent, to their state legislators, to their community partners, to local media, and to the Secretary of Energy and Environmental Affairs. This is a big deal. We want the Commonwealth to know that young people can really make a difference and act in their communities. So this year, we also offer teams an opportunity to have their videos reviewed and critiqued by media professionals. We didn't judge them on the basis of the technical quality of their videos, but we said, hey, if you want a media professional to look at it and give you a critique, we can do that too. This year, 3 teams made the effort to document their research and earn the Community Research Award. Those teams were Lexington, Groton, and Quabbin. I want to give a special shout out to Quabbin, whose documentation of their work will be a model for future teams. One of these teams, Lexington, partnered with one of the resource organizations that they had done research with, and despite the pandemic, they engaged in a community service project. Here are some pictures that they sent with their documentation. So congratulations to Lexington, Quabbin, and Groton teams for not only doing the hard research work, but documenting it to show the rest of the teams and their communities what could be done. Oops.
Thank you, Will. George? Go ahead.
Okay. On behalf of the Envirothon Steering Committee, I'd like to take this opportunity to celebrate and to acknowledge the many years of service of those members of the Envirothon family who have recently retired. We are all thankful for their many years of service and commitment to the program. And it would not be what it is today without their involvement. Believe me, we will truly miss them. Liz McGuire, right from the get-go, when the State Commission for Soil, Water, and Related Resources acknowledged the Envirothon as its subcommittee for environmental education and the Massachusetts Conservation Association as its fiduciary in 1992, Liz served as our contact. Whenever a bill had to be paid, or whenever t-shirts or water bottles had to be ordered, or trips to nationals had to be arranged, Liz would make sure that it happened. Meg Kokla. We forget Meg. She served as our liaison with the Environmental Secretary's Office, shepherding our program through many years of secretaries from 1993 onward, always making sure that the Secretary's schedule included our plans for the year. Her advice and counsel over the years were invaluable. Never a second opinion was sought. Meg's interest in our program stemmed from her long-standing role in the Secretary's Advisory Group on Energy and Environmental Education. Al Averill, another long-timer. Al served as our soil station leader as far back as 1993, when our annual competition was held back at Buck Hill Conservation Area. back in Spencer, where our first competitions were held from 1988 to 1993. Hal always fond of presenting his knowledge and working out of the soil pits, making sure that the students got their hands dirty, understood the value of having a soil pit for evaluation. As the state's soil scientist, he offered many workshops and always found time to make time available to provide that to the students. Hal's love for his discipline was clear. Everyone can see his happy-go-lucky work style that was infectious with his students. Cliff Reed served as manager of DCR's Quabbin Reservoir Visitor Center, serving also on our steering committee as chairman. Especially during that special year back in 2002, Massachusetts served as the national event. Cliff served for many years as our chairman, and during those most important years, it played many roles for which we are thankful for. Joe Perry. Joe served as DCR's state service forester out of the southeast region of Massachusetts. Also a forestry station leader. We will always remember Joe for his passion and his shout out, Madcap Horse, at our annual events under the Big Tent. It was Joe's way of helping his students remember trees and shrubs with opposite branching. Joe's love for his discipline and his students, there for everyone to see, and his students loved him back. We will remember his good nature, his ability to connect so well with his students, always taking the time to be with the winning team before and after each annual event, and always there to take them out for an ice cream social afterwards to learn what they've learned so that we can be more competitive with nationals the following year. Thanks, Joe, and for all of you folks that have retired, we wish you well, and remember, you're always welcome to attend our events, and please let us know how you're doing. Thank you.
Okay, Wendell.
Hi, I'm Wendell Cerny, member of the steering committee, former coach, completely dedicated to this, to the Envirothon, as obviously many of you are. So I have the honor to conclude the celebration. I want to wish congratulations to all those teams participating in this year's Envirothon, even those of you that were not able to make it to the finish line. And to all those teams that fully participated, I have to say that the steering committee is totally in awe of what you were able to accomplish. You were able to create group presentations that represented more than the sum of just individual efforts. It exhibited a real teamwork and conversations amongst you, very inspiring. We urge you, the Envirothon urges you to continue to use the knowledge and skills you required this year so that you can continue to be advocates for the environment, advocates who recognize environmental problems and can apply science to solving them and can persuade others to live sustainable lives. And a final thank you to the coaches and advisors who, in spite of this year's challenges, continue to believe in the mission and value of the Envirothon. We will be seeking your valuable ideas about this year's virtual Envirothon and how we might conduct the Envirothon in the future. Meanwhile, we are hoping that you're able to encourage your colleagues from other towns to participate. And all of us in the Envirothon are hoping to see everyone in person on May 2022. Back to you, Britta.
Woohoo! I want to say congratulations to everybody. And thank you for being here today for part of this. I'm going to